Wow. All right. Hey, hi. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I should have been ready. I should have been ready, but I wasn't ready because I didn't realize it was happening so fast. Oh, I'm gonna nuts. Doesn't matter. All right. Hey, I'm live. Yeah, I'm gonna go live, and I'm gonna save this so that you can watch it in the future. I'm gonna give you some LOA hacks, a little, some tips, some tricks, some strategies, some positive ideas to get you to a more ideal life. So here we go. Hey, what you are right now is not what you have to be. Where you are right now is not where you have to be. Who you are, which is totally different than what you are. Who you are is not who you have to be. And here's the thing: when you decide to make the change starts to happen. Look, the situations that we're in right now, our life, our journey, our the situations aren't necessarily what needs to be, right? All we got to do is start focusing on the things that we want, our dreams, our desires, our goals, and then we can, as soon as we start doing that in a positive frame of mind, we start to achieve them. So, what, where, who you are, how you are, all those things, the W5 plus H, none of those things are actually written in stone. They're not engraved in your brain. And none of that stuff is actually happening to you. You can change that stuff at any time just by giving more focus, attention, and on the things that you're desiring and the goals that you have. Here's another one for you. You will not truly know your limits until you push towards them, and only then will you find out that you actually have no limits. Look, so many people think that, you know what, they have this self-talk in their brain that tells them that they can and can't do things. And I'm going to share this with you because it's totally true. How many times have you thought you couldn't do something, then you kind of push forward and you realize, hey, it wasn't really all that bad, right? That is a key to having a more ideal life. That is a tip, a trick, a strategy to having a more ideal life. Look, push towards what you believe are your limits, and you're going to find your limits disappear. And it's kind of like this. If you can imagine, you're driving along a highway, all of a sudden you can see a hill off in the distance. But as you approach the hill and as you start to go up the hill, it appears as though the hill flattens and you're still, you're going up the hill, but it appears as though, you're not. So that's kind of what it's all about. So I want you to think about that, right? Push towards your limits and you'll find they disappear. Sometimes you actually have to let go in order to get what you want. And you got to understand that there's some things that are holding you back, whether people, places, events, thoughts, history, self-talks, all those things could be holding you back. You got to let all that stuff go, because the sooner you can do that, especially if it's negative stuff, the sooner you can do that, the sooner you can move towards a more ideal life. This one kind of goes hand in hand with that. You know what? You'll be amazed at the power that you have when you actually start to use the power that you have. So you got to go forward. Look, you've been given these gifts, these talents, these ideas, these thoughts, these dreams, these goals, and they weren't given to you just willy-nilly. They were given to you because you're the person that can achieve them. So once you start pushing again towards your limits, you're going to realize the power that you have once you start using it. So I would suggest, just moving forward, just going for it. Forget the self-doubt, forget the self-talk, and just kind of move forward. You'll find that people, places, and events start to arrive in your life to get you closer to your ideal life. The greater the obstacle, the more glory there is in overcoming it. I love this one because, look, if you're looking again at that hill or a mountain, for example, that you think you have to climb, well, guess what? Once you get to the top of that thing, the satisfaction, the glory, the joy that comes from achieving and conquering that mountain, and a mountain, not a physical mountain, of course it could be. Once you overcome all those things, you're going to find that the joy that you get from that is immeasurable. Goals and dreams are like luggage on a carousel at the airport. They just keep coming around until you actually break through the crowd and claim what is rightfully yours. Look, we've all been there. We've all been at the airport and watched, everybody's crowded around that carousel, and you can see your bag going, you go, oh man, I missed it. Okay, it comes, oh man, I missed it. Look, you got to break through the crowd, because the bag on the carousel is just like your goals, your dreams, your desires, right? You've got to understand, you've got to break through that crowd, push through, grab what's yours, and then move on and get on with the rest of your life. I hope that's a good metaphor for you. Never say you can't do something. Find out if you can do it, right? Because I'm sure you can. There's very few things in the world that you can't do. And then really decide whether it's worth doing, decide whether you're worthy of it, decide whether it's worthy of you, and decide whether the efforts are worth what you're going to get in the end, right? Not everything that you think you can do or can't do is even worth doing. It might not be for you, right? So remember that. Decide if the things that you want are worthy of you and worthy of the effort, because you deserve so much, right? You deserve the ideal life. So if the thing that you're thinking that you can't do isn't even worthy of your time, well then who cares? And it's not that you can't do it, it's just that you don't need to do it, you don't want to do it, there's no priority, it's not an issue for you, right? So keep moving forward towards the things that are worthy of you. And because you can do anything, move towards the things that you know you can do, and you'll find that there's going to be more things arriving in your life that are going to be those mountains that you can conquer and have that glory, have that joy, have the best day ever.